What's up, family, man? I like that beat. I like that beat. So check this out. Welcome to the 10th day of Christmas. Welcome to the 10th day of Christmas. I am Clifton Brantley, in case you're wondering how I showed up on your screen, if you didn't click on it. So I've been going through for the last 10 days, the 12 days of Christmas, right? So we're on day 10. And I hope you've been enjoying these. More than enjoying them, I hope that they've been helpful for you. So I'm pushing through this. I'm a little under the weather, so if I sound stuffed up, that's why. I don't know what it is. Some kind of little cold in my whatever. But we got 2 days left, and then on Saturday, I'm having a free workshop. Right, I'm gonna go a little deeper on these 12 skills. Right. So if you've enjoyed these 10, then by the end of the week, it'll be 12. But if you have questions or you want to go a little deeper on these, then the workshop on Saturday is free. It's Saturday at 10 o'clock Central Time. Okay. That's Saturday the 6th at 10 a.m. Central. Now, today on the 10th day of Christmas, we are focused on romance. Romance, yeah. You know, when I say romance, what pops in my head? Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight, right? That pops in my head because I'm old school. But before we get into the importance of romance, I want to address a common misconception, right? I want to clear up the difference. I want to clip the difference for you between love, sex, and romance. Now, you may think, why do you have to clear that up? Trust me, when I explain it, maybe you'll understand a little better, because I would bet that some of you, if not the majority of you, get these confused, right? So let me just explain. So first, love, what is love? Love is the act of giving to another for the benefit of the other, right? So love is giving. It's an action. It's giving to another person for the benefit of that person. And it is based on how much the giver, whoever's giving the love, how much they care. Now, I stopped short of saying how much they care about the person, because sometimes we don't care about a person. We care about a cause, or we care about whatever. And so then we end up showing love. So another way to say that is love is the act of caring. Some way to understand love. Love is the act of caring. Care is intangible. You cannot feel care, right? Care is about feelings and beliefs. Care is in here. But the action that is motivated by care, the action that's motivated by the feelings and the beliefs, that action is love, right? So now, if this was a love lesson or a love seminar, then I go deeper and I'd explain all of that stuff. But that's not what this is. So, but that's what I wanted to love. So love is care in action. Okay, that's what love is. That's important for you to remember. That love is care in action. Without the action piece, it's not love. Okay. Remember that when I get to romance, if the action piece is not there, it's not love. Now, I said before, you can give without loving, right? You can give action without loving, but you cannot love without giving. No, you can't do that, okay? So now, that's love. What is sex? Okay, so sex is the physical, mental, and emotional connection between a husband and wife for the purpose of orgasms. I'm not getting choked up. I'm sick. And I'm laughing because I got choked up at that point, which made it seem like I got choked up, but I got sick. Anyway, excuse me. I'm going to say that again. So sex is the physical, mental, and emotional connection between a husband and a wife for the purpose of orgasms, plural, right? Now, that's not the legal definition, okay? It's not the culture's definition. It's not even the politically correct definition, right? But it's the definition I'm giving you so that you can understand the difference between love, sex, and romance. You know what sex is, right? So that's not the one that we really, well, some people do confuse sex and love, but more so romance. So romance is the one we're going to be focusing on, right? So what is romance? Watch this. Romance is a feeling. Okay. Romance is a feeling of excitement and mystery associated with love. Romance is a feeling of excitement and mystery associated with love. Right? Now, the way that I really want to say it is like this. Romance is only a feeling. Now, it's a good feeling, right? We humans love feeling good. Like all of us, everybody wants to feel good. But what I've discovered is this. We've confused romance with love. Yeah, we think that the emotional high of feeling in love is what love is all about. That's why we call it falling in love, right? What falling in love really means, let me tell you what falling in love means. Falling in love means you have strong feelings of excitement about a person, and it feels like your emotions are out of control, like when you're falling. Like, you know how you're out of control when I remember one time I fell, it was raining, and I was going to an interview. So I was on one job. You ever been on a job and you went to an interview at lunch? So I don't know if they asked me why I wore a suit to work that day. But anyway, but it was raining real bad. And so I'm going, and it's I don't even know if I don't think I had an umbrella. It's raining really hard. And it's one of those office buildings. I'm sorry, y'all, but this just came to my mind. It's gonna make sense. It's one of those office buildings where the courtyard is kind of like tile, right? So it's slippery. I got on dress shoes. But I'm moving gingerly, but I'm trying to get there quickly to get out the rain. And I slip. But watch this. Before my brain realized I had slipped, I was on my back in a puddle of water. Water's about this, it was deep. I was soaking wet. I got the job, but I ended up not taking it. But I was out of control when I could not stop. When I slipped, I wasn't nothing I could do by falling in the water. I was on my way to an interview. If I could have stopped it, I would have. When we fall in love, that's what it feels like. Like my emotions just boom exploded, and I can't control. So we get the term falling in love. Here's the problem: we put more weight. My throat is bothering me. Hold on, y'all. We put more weight on feeling loved than we do on actually being loved. We put more weight on feeling loved than being loved. That's why a lot of folk that's why a lot of people don't understand God's love. Like they'll believe, God loves me. But because they don't feel a certain way, they don't fully understand it. The fact that we emphasize feeling love more than being loved, that's the reason that the book, The 5 Love Languages, that's why it's a bestseller. Because it tells you how to feel loved. It does not tell you how to love. It tells you how to feel loved. So here's the premise. If you don't make me feel good enough, if you don't make me excited enough, then I start to slowly fall out of love with you. Like I can't help it. The feelings just start to go away. I'm out of control again. Here's the problem. And I need you to lean into what I'm about to say. Because if you truly grasp what I'm about to say, right, it might help you get unstuck in some areas where you've been stuck. Okay? So the problem with putting more weight on feeling loved than being loved is the reality that how you feel is based on what you think. Your feelings come from your thoughts, not anybody else's, right? Your thoughts create your feelings. So if your husband, ladies, if your husband buy you flowers and it makes you feel good, it is because of what you think about your husband buying you flowers. It's not the fact that he bought you flowers. That's not why you feel good. I hope you're getting this. You don't feel good because he bought you flowers. It's because of what you think about him buying you flowers. Because watch this. If y'all just had an argument because you just found out he cheated, and then him buying you flowers the next day will not make you feel special. But what changed? He gave you the same beautiful flowers. He paid the same money. He may have paid more. Why? What changed? What changed was what you think about your husband giving you flowers. So then, here's my logic. What sense does it make for me to be in a relationship with another human being, not with just myself? What sense does it make for me to be in a relationship with another human being, but then base the success of that relationship on how I make me feel? Where does the other person come in at all? Here's my point. Your feelings come from you. And if you base whether or not you are loved on how you feel, you are fooling yourself, because what your partner does for you in the area of feelings, it's because of what you think about that. Your partner, so somebody, that doesn't mean that they're actually loving. It doesn't mean they love you. Doesn't mean they care because you feel good. That's my point. Okay. And the bigger point, not the bigger point, the point right alongside it is this. Romance is a feeling that is associated with love. Romance is not love. Why do I say that? Because so many people, they're trying to get the romance back because they think that's going to bring the love back. When the love never left, the feelings left. I'm not saying that feelings are not important. Again, all of us want to feel good. But when that's your primary thing, you miss the goal. You miss the when I say gold, I'm talking about the value. You miss the value of the relationship. Right now, I'm obviously not saying that romance is not important, because like that's the subject that we're talking about tonight. I'm trying to get you to enhance your romance. So obviously I'm not saying that it's not important. But I simply want you to put romance in its proper place. Right? It's not the most important thing, and it's not love. Okay? If you don't get this right in your understanding, you are going to add unnecessary stress to your marriage. Okay? Now, having said all that, why is romance important? Like why romance is important? Because I'm gonna tell you, I got three that I just came up with. There's way more than three, not three that I came up with, three that I put down in my notes as far as why romance is important. The first reason is because it can help keep the relationship fresh, to be honest, right? Romance helps keep the relationship fresh, like baking soda in the refrigerator, right? It helps keep things fresh. Listen to my words, though. Romance does not keep the relationship fresh. Romance helps keep the relationship fresh. There's other things you got to do, but romance helps you keep it fresh. Another reason it's important is because it does feel good, right? When someone is treating you romantically, it feels good, and all of us like to feel good, right? And then I believe one of the biggest reasons that romance is important, right? Because we all got imaginations. Yeah, the human being that you are married to the human being you're married to will have their imagination stimulated by something in the culture if you don't stimulate it yourself. Now, that may sound like unfair pressure, undue pressure. I'm just telling you what it is, right? Your spouse's, the person you're married to, their imagination is going to be stimulated in the culture if you don't stimulate it. Matter of fact, it may still be stimulated in the culture, but you make sure you do. Now, let me just share this with you. It's the gospel according to Clifton. I believe that there are some relational needs that can only be met by the spouse if you're married. There's some, and I mean, sex is obvious, right? But there's some others that only your spouse can meet. I do not believe it is wise at all to have your imagination stimulated by anyone other than your spouse or God. I don't think that's wise, right? And I'm not just talking about sexual romantic imagination. Okay? I'm gonna repeat that part and I'm gonna slow down because how folk listen in and out. I need you to get this part. The and ladies, right? Why am I calling out the ladies? Because because I'm a man and I know this one personally, not necessarily from my wife, but I know this as far as men, right? He needs you to stimulate his imagination beyond sex. Yeah. If your husband, I just thought about it, y'all probably not gonna like this statement. But if it hits you funny, just embrace it and say, okay, help me, Lord. If your husband is not dreaming better with you in his life, y'all need to come see me. And I'm not joking. Okay. If your husband's dreaming, if the way he if his vision if his vision is not better with you in his life, y'all need help. And yes, the same is true for the husband. The husband needs to stimulate his wife's imagination more than the culture does. Okay? But I'm making the point that I'm not just talking about, so we're talking about romance leading to sex here, but in general, one of the things that romance does, it helps stimulate your partner's imagination. But on a broader scale, what I'm saying is, in other areas, you don't want someone other than you and God stimulating your spouse's imagination. Now, sometimes you can't help it. I get that, and I'm not going deep on this, but as much as it depends on you, you be the stimulator of imagination. Okay? Can we just go there? And if y'all got questions, join me Saturday, and you can ask all the questions, and I can explain all that better for you, right? So again, that's why I believe romance is important, right? Because it helps you keep the marriage fresh, it feels good, and you don't want to give the enemy a foothold by way of the culture's influence, right? And just to be clear, because I don't think I said this earlier, I think I just said it a few minutes ago. Romance does not always lead to sex. All right, make sure I say that. Romance does not always lead to sex. However, in this video, that's the reason we're talking about romance, right? We are talking about the kind of romance that leads to sex, specifically today. Again, all romance doesn't lead to sex. And that's good. It's good to be romantic with each other. We we're not having sex, but we still enjoying each other. Right. But in this, what I'm talking about is romance for the purpose of we're gonna end in sex. Right. Whatever that means for you. Now, by the way, also, this is for men and women. Okay, ladies, I hope you know that men like romance too. Right. Y'all not the only ones that like romance. We don't like it the way you like it. Right. Like, flowers don't make us feel special. It don't make flowers wouldn't make me feel special. But watch this, a certain kind of respect would. Right? A certain kind of respect makes a man feel, a certain kind of gratitude makes us feel special. Right? So you can be romantic, but you got to find out how your man is romantic, right? On a special day, like you may want a diamond. We want golf clubs. Right? I want a saw stop table saw. That's what I want. Right? You get a diamond, I get a table saw. Right? The thing about being romantic is this. Romantic is it is unique to each individual. Okay? Not all men are the same, not all women are the same. So when it comes to romance, you get with your partner and you thinking, man, they're not being romantic like I like. They don't know you. If you've been so let me say this. This is a sidebar. If your idea of romance is solely based on what you've seen in the movies, and you have not developed your own idea of what's romantic to you, there's some growing you may need to do. Now, the movies may suffice. You may want, I want just what they want. Okay. But then you got to figure out, okay, now how did they create that? Because in the movie, they wrote a script. So you got to figure out, how can I create that in my marriage, not just be mad because you don't have it? Because they didn't go to the same school you went to. They didn't learn in the life school what romance was like you did. And that's how we fool each other. Like, we have sex early and it's amazing. And then you think, oh, they know me. And then we never talk. And then it get bad. And it's like, dang, why you don't know how to please me anymore? They didn't in the beginning. It was luck. But y'all thought it was magic. Anyway. So, okay. So now that's why, so you need to be, to increase your romantic skills, so to speak, you need to focus on 3 areas, right? There are 3 areas I want you to focus on in order for you to be more romantic with your partner. Okay. Here are the 3 areas. Hold on again. I need some water. The 3 areas are your attention, your friendship, and your spouse database. Attention, friendship, spouse database, right? Now, to be more romantic, you have to be intentional about the attention you give your partner. You may already be intentional about the attention you give your partner, but if you're going to increase your romance, you got to be more intentional about the attention you give your partner, right? And by the way, I go through all of these. As I go through all of these, you and your partner, right? Because as I'm talking, I typically talk to you. I'm still talking to you. However, these things, as I'm going through all of this, you're going to get better results if both of you are operating this way. Like, if both of you, these 3 things I'm giving you, the attention, the friendship, and the spouse database, if both of you are operating in this way, things are going to go a lot better, right? If it's only one of you, then it could definitely harm your marriage. So you got to be careful, right? Pay attention to your partner. Okay. That's that. Pay attention, give attention to your partner, right? Pay attention when they talk. So not just when they are saying something deep, but just in general. Why? So that you can hear how their mind works. When you hear how their mind works, then you can learn the best way to relate to them. That's something we don't do enough of, getting to know our partner. We want them to get to know us. Hey, learn to talk in a way I can understand. Okay, but can you listen to me and learn how my mind works? And if I need to grow to articulate and verb conjugate and all that kind of stuff better, okay, great. But still learn me, right? Pay attention to what stresses your partner so you can relieve the stress. Pay attention to what hurts them so you can comfort them, right? When you guys spend quality time, this is big. When you guys spend quality time, put your phones away and focus on each other, okay? Be more intentional about your intention, be more intentional about your attention. And then next, you want to work on your friendship. Okay. You want to work on your friendship. Now, your marital friendship has many departments. That's how imagine a department store, I guess. Your marital friendship has many departments. Okay. So the department I'm talking about, and Lord, I got to sneeze, but it won't come. And I don't want it to come it's going to come in a minute. Oh, Jesus. That's what I get for trying to do this sick. Or something about your marital friendship. So your marital friendship, different departments, right? So the department of your marital friendship I'm talking about is the fun department, right? The fun department. You want to increase the fun and laughter in your marriage, and that resides in your friendship. You want to increase the fun and the laughter in your friendship. In your marriage. Our bond strengthens when we experience emotional highs, right? When we experience emotional high together, there's bonding that happens. Now watch this. Life is going to give you enough negative emotional highs for you guys to bond over, right? Love was going to pass away. Y'all can bond over that. Y'all can go to a scary movie and both be scared together. Y'all can bond over that, right? But I want you to work on your positive. And some folk me and my wife actually watch scary movies for fun, so we get 2 in 1. But oh, Maggie didn't hear that. Sorry. Anyway, I need to go to bed. I want you to work on your positive emotional highs, like laughing and having fun. Right? This means whatever you guys decide to do is what you decide to do. You feel me? Whatever you guys decide, that's what it means. Right? Don't let me or the culture or your family or your friends tell you what should be important to you and your spouse as far as having fun and laughing, right? If you and your spouse love playing board games and y'all always feel closer after that, then y'all play board games, right? If you and your spouse need a night out of listening to music, then go do that. But here's what I encourage you not to do as I scratch my nose. My mic back on. Okay. Here's what I encourage you not to do. Do not pass. Do not have expectations in your head that you've never shared with your partner, but then you're mad because they're not meeting these expectations. Don't do that. Okay? Do not have expectations in your head that you haven't communicated with your partner, but then you're mad because they're not meeting these expectations, right? But here's the point. However you guys have fun, however you guys have laugh, do as much of that as you can do without being irresponsible adults. Now, that's a lot, I feel like. Have as much fun and laugh as much as you can without being irresponsible adults. Yeah, and then, since we're specifically talking about the kind of romance that leads to sex, you got to know what your partner needs. You got to have an extensive database, right? So you got be intentional with your intention, be intentional with your attention. Work on your laughter, having fun, and so by the way, the fun part, like that, y'all might need to go out on some dates. You guys decide what that is, right? And then the last thing, you gotta collect data for your database. So you spend your entire marriage learning about your partner. Your entire marriage you spend gathering data. Well, in this area, since we're talking about romance and we're talking about sex, right? You need to know what makes your spouse light up like a Christmas tree. Yeah, you need to know what turns them on. You need to know what makes them feel. You need to know what makes your husband or wife melt. Now, you may need to ask, or you may pick it up in observation. I don't know how you get the information, but you need to get it. Okay? You need to know the little things that you can do, and you need to know the big things that you can do to light them up like a Christmas tree. Okay? Now, this may take some effort on your part, right? Now, because it takes effort, some folk are going to choose to stay at the basic level, right? You can stay at the basic level of doing what makes your partner feel good, right? Like here's what the basic level is. The basic level is doing, this is an example, doing something nice for them. For example, you can buy them a $1,000 watch. That's the basic level. Or you can go to the next level and buy them the exact $375 watch that they've been wanting for years. The second gift is more personal, which then is going to cause more feelings of excitement, right? Now, I'm giving you examples of what knowledge of your spouse can do, right? I'm not saying that you should or you shouldn't be giving gifts in order to make your spouse feel special. I don't know if it's gifts, if it's quality time. I just used the watch thing as an example. But my point is, when you have information about them, you can use that to uniquely show your romantic side to your partner, right? And so what I'm saying is, talk to each other and find out what you guys like, to see if you're on the same page romantically, right? Get on the same page. Y'all sign up to do life forever together. like this is a conversation y'all should be able to have, right? And as far as knowledge about your spouse is concerned, you also need to know what they like in the bedroom, right? This is why I encourage couples to talk, because like if your sex life is good, well then talk about it so you can know what's making it. So we didn't stumble into goodness. Oh, we accidentally had this, accidentally good. No. Figure out why it's good so we can keep repeating that, right? But if it's bad, talk about that so we can know what to improve. You feel me? Fellas, you need to know whether or not your wife wants it in the bed or on the couch, right? Ladies, you need to know whether he likes it in the morning or in the middle of the night. And again, these are just examples, right? But my point is, learn each other. Take the time to learn each other. Now, before I end, I want to address this one. I want to address one more issue surrounding sex, not really romance, but I just want to address this, right? Because I get a lot of feedback. That's a good word. I get a lot of feedback about this. Okay, so the initiation of sex, right? If you guys are having problems with who should initiate sex more often, or who somebody initiates more than the other person, and I feel some kind of way, right? If that's your issue, you need to be really good communicators. Okay, the reason I say this is because I've seen this issue escalate to a divorceable issue, and it was all because they was misunderstanding each other because they were not talking. Right? They had different expectations and never talked. And then soon, they both just begin to feel that the other person, they don't love me. They don't care. And the disconnection grew wider and wider from there. Right? And they came to see me as a last resort. I'm happy to say that they are safe and married. They're married. They're with us tonight. You give them a round of applause. I'm silly. They're here. They're not here. Right? Helen Bella popped in my head. But anyway, if you have an issue, I know I shouldn't be silly. I'm more silly when I'm sick. If you have an issue of initiating, y'all need to learn how to talk, communicate. You need communication skills to be able to express your needs, right? Because after a while, it won't be an initiation issue. It'll be a you don't care about me issue, right? Man, I hope this was helpful for you. If so, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with whoever you feel like would be blessed by it. And I had more that I wanted to talk about. I actually wanted to get into not the details of romance, but I wanted to give you guys more ideas of, like, especially the fellas, because our women ladies, close your eyes. Our ladies be tripping, right? And they really big on this whole romance thing. So I wanted to give us more tips, fellas, on some cheat codes on that stuff, but I didn't get to. But if you come Saturday and ask a question, maybe I have that for you. Okay? All right. Thank you guys for checking me out. And we'll do this again tomorrow. I don't think tomorrow will be live. Hopefully it won't be live. Right? But we'll do tomorrow, the 11th day of Christmas, and the 12th day. Okay? All right. Y'all take care.